Hey, what is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. So for today's video, I want to go ahead and share with you guys my makeup must-haves. Now, these are going to be the ones I use daily, my quick grabs, literally my top favorite ones. I did also do a video where I talked to you guys about my drugstore makeup must-haves. That's a good one. I definitely recommend watching that one after this video, you know. But anyways, let's get into it. I did go ahead and do skin prep off camera, so my skin is ready to go. Now, let's talk about this. It is not organized. I do have some of these sharing with other things, but let's go ahead and get started with primer. It's such a random drawer, I know, bear with me. Okay, so these primers have been my top favorite and I'll show you why. The first one is this e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. So with this one, it says it helps even out skin tone. As you guys can see, I do have a few acne scars as well as dark spots. Now, I also like to go in with this CHIC Glam. This is the triple threat. This also helps correct and conceal everything. You still can't order CHIC Glam in the US, but I do know Stila does also sell this one. It's quite pricey. I also did see that MCOBEAUTY does sell this one as well. I have not tried it, so I don't know how well it is, but I'm just gonna go ahead and apply these two and I'll show you how I do it. This is what it looks like. I'm gonna add this pretty much just in the cheek area and pretty much all over the face. I'm not gonna lie. I do like to mainly focus this in the areas where I have the dark spots the most, which is obviously the cheeks, the chin, a little bit on the forehead. So I pretty much use this as a base for primer. I guess that's a better way of seeing it, but I kind of like prep the skin before adding primer. It's weird, I know, but I feel like this helps me the most. All right, so now that I let it dry down for a little bit, I am gonna be going in with the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. Now, do not be shy when using primer, okay? I have mentioned this multiple times and I cannot tell you guys enough. I used to be very stingy when applying primer just because I didn't want to have to go out and rebuy it. You know, I would use very little. It makes such a drastic difference when you use the right amount of primer. All right, so this is what the skin is looking like so far, right? Quite nice. So now we are gonna move on to foundation. Random. So these are the first ones I'm gonna pull out. I have been using these since the beginning, since I started YouTube. Before I started YouTube, I am obsessed with these. These are the Screen Queen foundations from MILANI. The only thing is that they no longer make these, which is, I don't know why. These are literally absolutely amazing. I don't use them anymore because they are quite expired. Will I use them? Maybe in another, I don't know. I shouldn't be using expired makeup, but I have them there for keepsakes. Anyways, let's move on. Okay, so next thing I have is my e.l.f. Halo Glow, which actually is spilling in here because the lid is cracked. Need to clean that out. But this is the e.l.f. Halo Glow. I like to put this on top when I'm going just for a no makeup look type day, which is actually quite often. But I am halfway done with this and I am very tempted to try the lip gloss challenge. Let me know if you want to see a YouTube video for this. I know it's I know it does a lot better for like shorts and actual like TikToks. I might make a TikTok. I don't know. We'll see. But this is the one that I have in there as well. Now we are gonna move on to the last foundation I have in here. Now this one has been amazing. Love it. 100% recommend you trying this one. It is a lot more on the pricier side compared to the ones that I showed you, okay? Like, I love this foundation and it is the NARS foundation. This is the Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. Stunning, okay? I am so happy I got this one. I actually got it for Mother's Day. This was my Mother's Day gift. So I'm just gonna go right in with the foundation. Now this shade looks a little light, right? I'm gonna adjust it with the contouring, the blush. It's gonna look good. Trust the process. I did spend money on the Fenty foundation, and when I got that one, I was like, this is amazing. I love this. This one is, in my opinion, better than the Fenty foundation. It just looks smoother. The way it melts with other makeup, it's just, whenever I want a more high coverage with this foundation, I do go in with a beauty blender. A beauty blender will 100% give you more of a full coverage. Me personally, I've been loving using brushes lately. I do swap here and there. I'll use beauty blenders one day, I'll use brushes another day, you know. It's actually like 1 month I'll be into beauty blenders and then another month I'll be into brushes anyways. But if you are going for more full coverage, definitely recommend the wet beauty blender. That one will high coverage. So foundation is done. I know it looks a little weird. Trust the process. We are gonna go in with concealer. I do share the same little slot from foundation and concealers. So one of the concealers I have in there is this Shelam one. This is one of the cream concealers that I got from Shelam. I think it is stunning. It blends into the skin perfectly. I like to use this one whenever I don't really want to go for like a bold makeup look. It's not as light as I usually go in with the inner corner. Does that make sense? But this one is actually quite nice. It blends really well with other foundations. Now, whenever I am going for a makeup, no makeup type look, I like to go in with this one. This is the LA Girl. This is the Pro Concealer. Now, it is a little bit more of my skin tone, so I like to go in with that one. So when I'm doing the no makeup look, it's not as like intense in your face, you know. Now let's go in with my top favorite concealer. You guys probably already guessed it, it's the NARS. If you guys have seen the other videos of me talking about this concealer, you guys know that I was actually quite upset at first for paying 15 bucks for this, but the more I've been using it, the more I know it is worth it. It's so worth it, especially with this foundation. I feel like it is amazing. It goes very well with other foundations as well. Now, will I buy the full size? I honestly might have to commit to the full size, especially how often I am using this concealer. I feel like I am using up that mini one quite fast. All right, so this is what I'm going to conceal. It blends in amazingly. I try to always switch it up for you guys because I don't want you to get bored of me using the same products over and over again. But if I had to recommend a concealer, I would definitely recommend that one. Again, I know it's a little bit more on the pricier side, but guys, it is worth it. Now, if you do decide to try the NARS foundation, the NARS concealer, even though it is a little bit more on the pricier side, if you go treat yourself, if you decide that that foundation is not for you, or if that concealer just isn't working out for you, you can always return it at Ulta. You have 30 days to return it as long as you obviously didn't use the whole bottle. It can be slightly used and you can still return it and, you know, get your money back. Okay, that is one thing that I love about Ulta. I am a little shy when returning makeup products at Ulta, especially before, because I was like, what if they judge me? You know, they're probably gonna like give me ick faces. But honestly, last time I went, perfectly amazing. Customer service there was actually quite nice. It was such an easy step. I literally just returned it. Nothing. I thought I was gonna get judged. I thought they were gonna ask me why I was returning it. They didn't. At least the Ulta I went to, they were quite nice. All right, so this is what the makeup look is looking like so far. Quite smooth. I feel like this just makes your base look so smooth. I love it. Now we are gonna move on to bronze / contour. So first I'm gonna contour the face, and the contour one is at the very bottom. Let's get into it. So you guys already know this one is in there. This one has more than just bronze. I'm not gonna tilt it all the way because it's still broken, but this one, stunning. If you do not have a lot of space in your vanity but you want to have good quality makeup, recommend this palette. The bronze is amazing, the blush is amazing, the highlight is amazing, everything about this is amazing. Recommend. All right, so up next I do have this Shelam. This one is the Silk Haze Cream Bronzer. This is in shade Terracotta. I talked to you guys about this one so many times. It is quite thin, but the pigment to this, amazing. Now this one was up there for me and I still use it. I still love it, but I tried out the e.l.f. one. The e.l.f. one, the shade to this one for me is a little bit better than the terracotta one. And I thought the shade was amazing. This one is even better. We are in fact going to use this one for today. So I'm just going to dig in there. Look at that. It is amazing. A little also does go a long way. Before you add a lot on the brush, make sure you do test it out. Just test it out. I recommend testing it out before full on going ham. All right, so as you guys can see, I'm quite bronzed up. Now we can move on to blush. Now blush I have right above just because I share it with highlight. Now I'm not that bougie, okay? I got this at TJ Maxx on sale a while ago. I did not pay 30 bucks for this. I think I paid like 12. But I love it because it has the bronze and the blush. The blush is a soft pink, quite nice, quite subtle. Very nice. Now this is another one that I have in here that I absolutely love. I did get this one off the BoxyCharm when I had the subscription. It comes with a cream blush, powder blush, and a highlight. The highlight to this one isn't that great, but the cream blush to this, quite nice. I was actually scared to give this one a try because it looked a little dark, but once you add it, it kind of turns into like a peach. Amazing. So you either love this one or you hate this one. I obviously love this one. It is such an amazing, beautiful blush. I can't even get enough of this. I have so much in here and I have had this for a while. It goes on stunning. Love this one. So the next thing that I have in here is the tint. I like to use this one when I go in for the makeup, no makeup look. Obviously this is a dupe for the Benefit. I don't remember how much I paid for this. I'll put it here. And it is quite a nice dupe, I'm not gonna lie. Now the other blush, I recently got this one and it has been amazing. I absolutely love this blush. And it is going to be the MCOBEAUTY. This is the Babyface Multi-Cream Stick. This is in shade Lulu. I always open it on the wrong side. I don't know why. I always think this is the lid. That's the lid. But it's quite pigmented, so be careful. I like to go in with a brush. This isn't the normal brush that I go in with, but I'm gonna go in with this one. You can see right off the bat all of that pigment, and I'm just going to ever so lightly bring that blush up to the brows. Okay, pigment, amazing. And obviously we can't forget the tip of the nose. I absolutely love adding blush on the tip of the nose. All right, so now we can move on to highlight. Like I said, the blush and highlight do share a little compartment. Aside from the Physicians Formula palette, I love that highlight, but another thing that I love is this She Glam highlight. This one is stunning. I love this highlight, but I'm not going to add it just yet because I have other steps to do. So I am gonna put this one back. All right, so now that we have our creams and liquids down, I am going to set the face. Let me show you here. To set the face, I like going in with this one. This is the Dewy Set Anastasia. If you like the dewy makeup look, I recommend trying this one out. It smells amazing. The bottle is stunning. Anyways, let's go ahead and set the face. If you have long nails, it does kind of get a little iffy because you have to press down, but this one melts all of the makeup together and it just, love it. So now we are going to let this dry on the face. We're not going to add any powders on top while it's still wet. So you do want to make sure that it is fully dried down. Now I'm going to show you my favorite setting powders. It's in with my primers. Why? I don't know. Okay, so let's start with this She Glam. You're probably tired of seeing this, but when I tell you this is amazing, if we ever get She Glam back, I really hope you guys try out some of these products. But anyways, this is the Radiance Ring 3-in-1. This is the correcting powder. It does have a little bit of a shimmer, but not enough to make you look like a killer Bella. But it literally is stunning. I absolutely love adding this all over the face. Amazing. Now the other one that I have in there is this one right here. This is the KIMCHI Puff Puff Pass. This one is in shade Translucent. This is a set and bake powder. Okay, this one also comes with a little, I'm not gonna show you the back because it's really not clean and it's not very clean girl of me, but I think it's so cute. It literally has a little heart. Oh, it's backwards. It has a little heart in there. I know that has nothing, you know, but I think it's cute. So with this powder, I like to set under the eyes. Everywhere that I blended out the concealer, I like to press it in, let it sit for a bit, you know, let it do its thing, let it bake. With the rest of the face, I like to go in with a fluffy brush, dip in there a little bit, add it to the rest of the face so it fully sets. You guys already know. Before we set anything in place, we do want to blend out those concealer lines because we are not setting a crease. Okay, at least we're gonna try our best not to set a crease. So, like I said, we're going to blend that out as well as we can, especially the under eye. And now we can set that in place. Now this one is literally stunning. It looks like you have a filter on your face. Do not forget to get the creases of the nose. Sometimes I forget, I'm not gonna lie, but I am reminding you, I'm reminding myself, I'm doing it now. We cannot forget those creases. Same with your smile lines. I don't really struggle with the smile lines, but the nose, you know. And like I said, for the rest of the face, I like to go in there with a fluffy brush and then just add this all over the face, everywhere. All right, so now that the face is baking and setting, let's move on to eyes, brows, and all of the other good stuff. So first, I'm gonna curl the lashes. Obviously, I have really straight lashes. I need to curl them. I have two of my favorite mascaras that I don't keep in my bins. I actually keep it in my actual vanity just because I use mascara a lot. First, let's start off with this CHIC one. I love this one because it is waterproof, obviously, and it has the length side and it also has a volume side. The volume side is stunning. Now this one is in shade brown. I do have the black one, but I do not know where it's at. I really have to look for it because I like that one a lot. Now the other one that I have is this Maybelline Sky High mascara. I have used this one so many times. This is probably like my 5th or 6th tube of mascara. Easy, go to the drugstore, pick it up. This one is amazing. I will forever love this mascara. I just feel like it. All right, so now we are gonna move on to brows. I don't have much for brows because I don't really like to do my brows, but if I were to do my brows, I do go in with this one right here. Now this one is the Hold Them Up Tinted Brow Gel. I personally don't think this one holds your brows in place, but it gives off such a nice tint. So I just go in and tint them up, really. That's all I do. So, all right, so far, this is what the makeup look is looking like. Now let's do some quick eyeshadow. Now one I recommend 100% is this ColourPop. You guys already know this is shade Ritz Super Shock Shadow. I love wearing this as highlights. I love adding this on the eyelid, literally just adding it all across, adding like a moon shape. Stunning. I'm gonna do a quick swatch for you guys because it is beautiful, and I'm gonna go ahead and add some on the eyelids actually because it's stunning. And we're actually going to add some for highlight just because why not? Now this one I do not have a little section for in my little compartments. I actually have it with all of my other makeup palettes. You guys can't see them on the frame, but I do have a little section with makeup palettes. A lot of my makeup palettes did come from Marshalls and TJ Maxx from way back then. I think that is also quite a nice option because a lot of stuff go on sale there. I have a few Morphe palettes, a few other palettes that I also got from there that I got for like half the price. Anyways, all right, so now let's move on to lips. Now it is the top compartment and it is full. So first let's start off with lip liners. So these are some of my top liners. I'm gonna do some quick swatches for you guys. That is a ColourPop one that I got. This is a Willy Wonka She Glam collection. Let's put it right there. A lot of these are nudes. I do like a nude lip, a good nude lip. This is another She Glam one that I have. That is not the best swatch, sorry. This is another She Glam Willy Wonka. And this is another She Glam. We are gonna add it right there. Oh, can you tell the difference? Anyways, I am gonna go in. I'm just gonna go in with my ColourPop BFF2. This one is stunning and amazing. All right, so now let's move on to actual lipsticks. This is an LA Colors lipstick. Honestly, it is brown. So let's do a quick swatch right on the hand. It's a nice subtle brown, quite creamy, quite nice. I was actually quite shocked when I got this one. It is from Dollar Tree. So the next one that I have right here is another She Glam, another brown as well. Let's do a swatch right there. Honestly, it's another brown. Next one I have is another She Glam. Another brown. Now this one is from MCOBEAUTY. This is the Charlotte Tilbury dupe. This one is a little bit of a different shade. I feel like it has more of a pink tone to it. Quite nice, quite bougie. Love the packaging. And this one, I don't know if this is considered a lipstick, lip gloss. I don't know. It said lipstick, but it is, again, She Glam. This is one of the shimmery ones that they have. This one is in shade Own Your Shine. Right, I just think it's quite nice just as a little like lip topper, you know. For this video, I am gonna go in with this one right here. I love that it has little bits of shimmer in there, so we're just gonna go ahead, add it to the lips. Okay, so now let's talk about lip stains. I do have these two lip stains that I use quite often. It did come with a third one. It was a little too dark for me, so I did give it to my sister. But here are some of the ones that I use. I do keep this in here for whenever we go out to eat. I like to stain the lips so, you know, it lasts longer. Gloss. This is a lot. Not a lot, but it's a good bit. Let's start off with this Fenty one. Obviously, quite nice. Then I do have this e.l.f. one. Quite nice. I have my Everyday to Go. This is my GLOSSTOPIA Hard Candy Lip Gloss. I love this one. I love it. Now I have my MILANI. This is the Fruit Fetish one. The Fruit Fetish collection from MILANI is amazing. Best lip oils. Love them. So the next thing, I also have this Willy Wonka lip gloss. This is the only one that I like out of the three. Now the next one I have is this NYX Butter Gloss. This one is more of a reddish brown. I don't know, it's quite nice. Now the last one that I have is this NYX. This is a clear gloss. I try to keep it as clean as I can, and it's quite clean. But for this video, I think I'm gonna go in with this Fenty Heat. It is so pretty, and it does plump the lips. So that is what the lip is looking like. Quite cute, quite nice, right? All right, so now we can top off the makeup. Let's look at our setting sprays. So the setting sprays are with my Dewy Mist because that's kind of like setting spray, but let's talk about them. So I do have this MCOBEAUTY. I like this one. The smell to this one smells really good. I feel like this one is nice for like whenever I do my no makeup look. I feel like this one is amazing. Whenever I do a full glam or whenever I do makeup that I want to last all day, I do go in with this She Glam. I have not found a drugstore setting spray that I absolutely am like, this one will make your makeup last as well as this one. So I am gonna go in with this. All right, guys, so this is what today's makeup look looks like, and honestly, I love it. Now, this is the makeup I usually do when I go out run errands, when we go out to parties, when we, you know, have family gatherings. I like to do this makeup. It's quite simple, quite nice. Obviously, the lip changes a lot. I have a few glosses that I can pick from. That is the end of my top favorite makeup must-haves. But real quick, this is what the makeup look is looking like. Quite nice, quite cute, quite stunning. Real quick, if you are not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. We are literally so close to 1,000 subscribers. Mind-blowing. But like I said, go ahead and subscribe. If you don't subscribe, how else will you find me? I make videos like these quite often. I will try to link as much as I can down below. The She Glam one, that is going to be tougher because, again, I have no access to She Glam anymore. But anyways, I will catch you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.